So welcome back to the third hour of this very quick and dirty build. Can you actually call something that takes 3 hours to build a quick and dirty build? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Write in the comments fields below. And if you are really interested in video editing and you want to edit my videos, I will be very glad to sort of employ you as a video editor. Unfortunately, I won't be able to pay you any money, but you will still have a lot of cool video materials to work with, and you can write it. I'm sorry, you can write it in your CV. Now I'm getting poisonized by this toxic solder gases, you know. But I sound real cool, don't I? real cool. So now you see this chip right here. So leg 1 and 2 should have 2 outgoing wires. Let's just take one at a time in order to make sure, double check that we will get it right this time, because this was what I screwed up last time. Well, one of the up screws. I mean, I also up screwed by not connecting the ground wire, you know. Alright, so the top one, you see it's darker. It should go to the rightest leg, or the rightmost leg as it's called in the Queen's English, or the President's English. I don't know what do you call it. I don't care, and I do not care. Alright, there you go. Bam! I'm just trying to pep talk myself now. I actually want to quit or to throw this away. But I'm not going to do that, because I know that you trust me. You're like, Learning and Hoarding is really going to manage to unfail this time. I do believe in him. I do believe in him. He's a good guy. He's a good solderer. He's a quality rack maker. He's a real quality modular maker, you know. He's a real good guy. A real freaking good guy. And I believe in him. If he ain't done it, I ain't done it now. Like, okay, thank you. I really believe in myself too. But you really take the prize, my friend. Thank you. I will grant you free highest state of patronage ever. Yes, if you are having a little of money over, you can always send it to me, you know, because I need them more than you do, you know. So, okay. Bam is ready. Alright, so what do we have more? So 2 simple things and 2 slightly harder things. So we just need 1 plus and 1 minus wire. So 1 red and 1 blue. It is coming up. Bam. Alright, where's red? Where are you, red? Show me yourself. Thank you. Thank you very good. Thank you very much. Thanks you. You are best. You are best. Alright. So if we start with positive voltage, that should be the top leg of the potentiometer. Let's just start with that. Motherfucker. It has never had any sexual intercourse with its mother, but I just call it for, because it's how cool people talk, isn't it? They call things that motherfucker. I mean, motherfuckers. And that kind of cursing word is so naughty that, I mean, I would never use it in my language, because it's like such an insult. Yes, so, yes, focus now. Alright, so the positive, if you look here, we have a positive. These 3 holes, we can use them. Are you seeing this? You're not looking. So these 3 holes, one of them, just put it in there, you know. You can even use it like sawing. So you put it in one hole and put it out the other hole. And then you sort of pull it up and you have a real good start for soldering. Really good. You see that? So look real careful now. This is the maximum zoom, and right there, you see how beautiful that is? And look now how I am able to fuck up such a beautiful starting point. No, I'm just kidding. I'm definitely not fucking this one up. Yes! Shoot the scores! Alright, so now on to the blue wire. Blue wire is the blue net, which is negative 12 volts. And if you look here, where's Afro? So between here, all of these holes here until there. So we just randomly take this one, or not randomly, I take this because it's closest and I don't have a lot of long wire to use. So you can actually take my fingerprints now because of the zoom in close up. All right, so let's see here. You see there, right there is our new soldering point. But what is this? Is something I forgot, or yeah, that's something I forgot to solder. So I will solder this, this, and this in one go. So that's 3 down, 0 down, 3 to go. So then I will say, bam, 1 down, 2 to go, and so on. You know, and therefore I will sound very cool. So 1 down, 1 solder bridge, 2 go. But that solder bridge is supposed to be there. It's part of the negative plane, so to speak. So 2 down, 1 to go, 3 down, and it's ready. Yeah, that's real good solder right there. You should work at NASA, you know, building sort of rovers for landing on Mars and Venus and all those planets, you know. So 2 things left, I said. Did you listen? Not? Yes, not. All right. So focus now, guys. We're almost in the winning point right here. Soon we are in the finishing point, finishing line. So you see how beautiful I did that? I sort of just twisted that up there and snip it out and then just attach it in the alligator clip right there, and then is the fine adjustment there, and sort of, oh, I know you want to close up on this. You love my handiwork, don't you? So you see this? Alright, so now we need a yellow wire, and I know I don't have any yellow wire, so I take a white one, because white and yellow are sort of both colors of light now, isn't it? So it's sort of good to think about it like that. And attach it in the middle leg here. It's easy to remember because it's the only one that doesn't have a cable connected to it quite yet. So I think this solder smoke is really getting to me now. I used to have a fan, but I sort of, when I destroyed my power supply, I removed it because it was on the old power supply. Now I have a new power supply without the fan because it doesn't have a connector for fan. Alright, so this goes to what exactly? Well, it goes to focus time. Okay, so it's sort of the dirty yellow. Where does the dirty yellow go to? Well, it goes to just above the blue wire. I didn't connect any blue wire, did I? Oh, no. Anyway, I see where it's going. It's going right here. So you see, this is the blue wire. So that means here, here. So then this goes here. Am I right, people? Am I right? Oh, yes, you are so right, Mr. Nerding and Hoarding. You are so right, and you're also very attractive. I mean your fingertips and your voice, that is, because we will never be able to see you because you are not out of the closet, so to speak. You're ashamed of who you are. No, but I don't want to be famous. And you know, when you have a channel like me that has sort of millions of followers, you would see, you know, like, you don't want to be stopped every day on the streets and like, oh, Mr. Nerding Hoarding, how do you do? Can you teach me how to solder? It's like, no, I just want to be alone today. Please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you, and so on. So that's sort of the backside of the medal, as they say. You seldom hear about that now, do you? So for the yellow wire now, if you look careful at the drawing right here, right here, right here. Look, you're not even paying attention here. I'm giving you chocolate, but you're throwing it away. Okay, look right here. You see? You see? You see? Right there. Yes, and in reality, that means right here. And instead of yellow, I'm using a wire that is white with blue dots on it. And I chose this color because it's so cute, you know? It looks like the sort of porcelain from the 19th century, you know? Okay, this is the last solder of this entire build, and I'm so proud of myself. Even if I fail, I'm still proud. So now, triple check, quadruple check this right here. Pin 7 on the small chip right there. That means you see the red wire right there, just one hole under that. And that is the last zooming we will see today. Right in there, bam. And I will actually do some needlework with it just to make sure everything's gonna be perfect. And then, so do you see that? It's right there. My fingers are huge. Look, right there. Right there, I tell you. And now, finally, it's time. All right. Remember, the last solder is always the hardest. And I really need to get a fan, because you hear my voice? That's sort of solder toxication I got right there. Alright, so testing time. And not this time we're testing everything. So make sure you have it in the correct orientation, like that. You see how beautiful it is? I'm so proud of this color scheme right there. So connect the electricity in the correct way. Connect correct. Make sure that the power is on. No, do you see what happened? Did you see what just happened? Oh, now it started working. So there was something short-circuiting my... Okay, just one more thing. Okay, before we declare it a success, make sure to just cut off any long leads, because they can make short circuits. Okay. So I'm just doing that, cutting off every... But sometimes I cut off leads that are actually supposed to be there. But this is a dangerous one. Look at this one right here. Make sure that the wires you cut off only have one connected point. If they have two connected points, you should not cut them off. Alright, so now look at this beautiful thing. I write the number just here so I remember. that it is the 509. That means that I have built 509 modules. No, not really, but sort of. It's just when I forget what number I'm on, I may choose to start on the next 100. Alright, so I'm connecting now. Look at the power. Yes. If that is going out, then you know, if these lights turn off, you need to immediately remove this thing right here. So let's start with the first one, which is our square wave. Okay, square wave. Yes, we have a square wave. Okay, so the next one, triangle wave. We don't have a triangle wave. Okay, that's too bad. And finally, do we have a pulse width modulated square wave? No, we do not. So that's pretty sad, but you know, we just have to do some double checking and all, you know. So, you know, just open up hood of your car, look around and say, it's definitely the carburetor that is acting up. And it's like, what is even a carburetor? Well, I am. Did you hear that? That is the sound of a loose connection, if I ever heard one. So, look around, try to find something that is not connected. So you can also look for solder bridges and other things. Solder bridge, I find it. I mean, not it, I find one solder bridge right there. No? Please go away. Whoa! I'm so proud now. I'm more proud because I failed 2 times and I fixed the failure so that it actually works. I'm so proud. I've never been so proud in my life, you know that? So, there's still one thing that is wrong, or let's say at least one more thing that is wrong. Did you hear that? If you sort of take one wire and wiggle it a bit, and if the noise changes, then you know that you are on the correct point. You can also just restart, you know, reboot system. Now this is an analog circuit, this doesn't work like that. Alright, so especially when you solder to multi-core wires like I did just about here, you see, there, those often become real bad solderings. So just add some more heat and some more solder, and you might fuck it up more, but you might also accidentally fix the problem. You see that? You see how bad that soldered to that? It means that it's not working. So what do? Solder some more, but take care of not fucking up something that is actually working. But I think we actually found our problem area. Okay, another thing we could do is just use another wire. It will confuse the color scheme, but it will fix the problem. Hello! Oh, there was someone sneaking into my apartment the other day, and he snuck into my neighbors and stole some computers. So you must never be too sure about if people want to sneak in. Alright. So final, get in touch. So there you go. There's no problem having two wires that are ground wires, because you can never have too many working ground wires now, can you? How are you? It was just the neighbors probably. Alright, so are you listening to this? You actually have to pay good money to get this kind of noise from another signal, but here you get it for free. Alright, so what are we actually testing now? So we're testing something with a pulse width modulator right here. Yeah, this is the best thing I think about building something yourself. Even if it feels like a failure, it's still a success because you made something unique, even though you don't understand how it works. So this doesn't work, but the pulse width modulator is working in the way that it's making noise randomly. And that's the whole point about it, isn't it? So I never quite did it like this. I always, you know, if we look at it here, before when I did this kind of thing, I always put the buffer here, like this. So if you understand, this is not here, you know? But now I don't have that, so maybe that's why the triangle isn't working. Or I mean, this filter might not work. I'm not sure about that, so maybe we should look at some oscilloscopes. Why don't we? Say, why don't we look at that? Well, because it's so hard to get this good like that. No, it's perfect. Perfect. Do you see this? Do I see this? No, not really. So dark. So dark. I don't see anything. Alright. So sort of like this. Okay, I will try to slightly adjust this thing right here and put it here. And maybe, baby, we will get something that is a bit better than what we are used to. Alright, so a bit crooked, it's about a bit uneven, but you know, it's more close up, and that is the whole point, isn't it? With this thing that we are supposed to see what it is that we are looking at. Alright, so let's, without any further delays, turn on the fucking motherfucker. Right. So we start with just the signal, you see. So let's see, how can we get this to work? Did I turn it on? Is it on? Hello? Are you anywhere? Any signal anywhere? Hello, hello. It's supposed to be on. There is a cable here that looks really old. So it's probably, unless this thing just stopped working totally, I'm not sure about what is going on here. What about this exposure? Why is it no exposure going on here? Anyway, it's our pause time. So we have some kind of signal there. We just have to find it again. Yes, there it is. It's just warming up now because it's probably made out of vacuum tubes because it's so old. Okay, and old means cool, you know, and that means I'm a real cool guy, you know, because I got an old Oscilloscope, and Oscilloscopes are cool, and I'm cool and all that, you know. So then you know. All right, so let's listen to it. Here's the signal. So I have no idea why it's doing this. It's turning into a triangle wave just by its own choice. And I have no idea how to use this machine. I just randomly switch switches here and see what happens. Alright, that's a square wave for you. Here's the triangle wave. It's not working at all at any frequency. And our pulse width modulated signal, which is actually working. I heard it. I didn't see it, but I know the sound of pulse width modulation, and I also know how it looks. It looks like this. So look now, I turn. So you see, so short, and now it's getting longer and longer, and it zooms out. So let me just say that I have no idea why we are not seeing anything. So please work. Right, so there you go. Just, wow, zoom out a bit. Didn't expect that. Alright, so here you go. Pulse width modulation. See, there's a real short. Okay, I will try to sort of zoom in so we can maybe see several waves. I don't know. What do you think? It seemed to stop working. Alright, so here you go. So it's working kind of sketchy, which is fun because I like that. I like when things are working but not really working, because that's when you know that you have a homemade DIY thingy, you know? So, alright, we have two waves here, so we can sort of start to, no, we lost two, okay, we only have one. So now we have two, okay, now we have two. Beautiful. Let's try to zoom it in. Zoom in. Zoom out. Out. Up. It's not called out in any language that I know of. Okay. So you see it's very nervous, but it's pulse with modulating. Very short pulse. Very. Yeah, but the frequency totally stopped working when I am doing the pulse width modulation, and that's very sad because it's not supposed to be doing that. Alright, so let's try to fix the problem with yes, okay. Turn this off. Alright, so now it's time to fix the problem. And what is the problem, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. The problem is that the triangle is not working. So I turn off the oscilloscopes. Yes. So where were we? Yes, we were here, you know, right here. So we are here now. You see this right here, the middle one. And yes, and then we have to first look at the plan and then on the reality, so to speak. Just make double sure that everything is not upside down. Well, guess what? It was upside down. So look again. So double check that nothing is upside down. That's not supposed to be upside down. And specifically, I am interested in knowing if the triangle output is incorrectly inserted. So look right here. Are you looking right here right now? So yes, so from this pin here goes a wire to the third leg, so right there. From pin 1 it goes a leg, pin 1 goes a leg to, or there goes a lead to leg 1 and also to output. So there you go, we have something to work with. Second thing right here is, here we have a lead, goes from leg number 2. Are you looking at this? Are you not paying close attention? Am I boring you? Alright, so number 2 right there, goes a wire to the center leg, middle leg of that particular thing right there, potentiometer, yes, and the leftmost leg goes to ground wire, which is also correct. So according to the simulation, it should be working, but as you know, simulations are only simulations. They are not absolute. They are only mathematical approximations inside a computer. So this is not even, this is a bad solder right there. So unfortunate, but that's not the right, even the right one. I mean, yes, you found a new mistake, but So the pulse with modulated output had a bad solder, so that could be why it was dancing so much. Yes, but what am I actually doing now? Yes, so we have the positive input on this little thing right here, right there. So just make sure that we actually have that input coming in. And we don't have that, do we? Yes, we have it through that capacitor right there, which represents that capacitor right there. And also we have that resistor down to ground right there. So I don't really see why it shouldn't just work now. So let's just triple check every lead, you know. Got a lead, of course I got a lead. I'm a leader of the pack, you know. Anyway, focus. Stop gibber and jabberish. So yes, but as I said, we can't be certain that it is actually supposed to work. So what we are doing is, on the leg number 1 on the Schmidt trigger, we have an outgoing wire that goes right here. Okay, is it right here? Here is this one. So this one is oscillating up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So that travels up here through this, going to there, and through here, down here, and to this one right here, through this capacitor and into this non-inverting input right there, where it is amplified. And the amplification is controlled by these two leads here that lead to this thing right here, which is called potentiometer. So yes, right there. So it's the same as in the circuit there. Well, this goes to ground, this goes to a negative input, and this one goes to the positive input. No, it goes to the output. So output and output is also there. So let's just say it might work. So let's try it again. It could be so that it is actually working, just that we haven't noticed it yet. So let's try it again. So it's not working yet. If we do like this instead, that we have if we sort of sniff around here, take so my sniffing is called, I call it sniffing. I do like this. Take a wire and insert it into your connector here on the ground part of it, so like this, and then connect that to ground in your circuit. Okay, are you understanding what I'm saying right here? I mean, this is seriously gold. I'm giving you gold right now, so pay real close attention. This is something that only the best of the best knows, so pay real close attention. So I'm grounding this right now and I'm doing it right here because this is ground, and you can sing a little song from Bob Dylan, not Bob Dylan, Bob Marley, not Bob Marley, Bob. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, focus and make sure that this grounding is secure and nice, because it's very important. And then you take the other lead right here and make sure it's active by doing this and increasing the volume. And then you sort of sniff on parts, make sure everything is hot, meaning it's on. And then you just sniff right here, because here you want, there you want your signal. So this is the signal that we are trying to use, but it's not routing all the way to the outside. Is it coming all the way to this side of the capacitor? Yes, it is. Is it coming to here? Well, it is. So, is it coming out? No. So what does that mean? What does that tell us? Well, it tells us that there could be something wrong with this thing. What is it called? It's called an op-amp. So we could double check, is it an op-amp or might it be something else? So just double read the number. I can see clearly it says 358, doesn't say 555 or anything like that. So anyway, we have the signal here, which we want, of course. Yes, that's beautiful, and it's coming into our... Huh? Did you hear that? That's if I take it through my thumb, you hear? Sort of a thumb distortion. That's a beautiful thumb distortion pedal right there. Alright. So if we would do this in the drawing, so to speak, at the same time. So yeah, it's a bit blurry here. Try to zoom focus there. No, it's not possible because this camera sucks. Alright, so we have signal here all the way through this one right here. We have signal all the way to here, but it's not coming through this. And this is that chip's right there. So what we can do is double check, is that chip getting the correct voltage? And that we do by connecting the black connector here to, I'll put it here for your enjoyment. Yes, so I ground this, the black lead, and I connect the positive lead to first to negative. So now we want to say minus 12, and it's sort of minus 12, and the other side, which we want to be positive 12. But there is a problem here. And are you seeing it? Why is the positive rail going down so much? So how I can test that is if I remove the power and I measure on the actual power supply here. So measuring on the power supply, what power, oh sorry, what power is it coming from the power supply? Well, please focus, damn machine. So we're actually getting, yeah, I'm fucking up now. No, focus. So this is the negative voltage we have, and this is the positive voltage we have. So the problem is inside of the power supply, which is sad because I built it myself and I was actually proud of it, but it turned out it's not working. Or it could also be this power supply, or I mean this voltage meter, that is not all of that. But at least this little fault in voltage should not make it so that it is totally unworking, so to speak. Alright, so where were we? Yes, we are here now. We are here. We are taking a signal. If you look at the paper, the drawing, the non-inverting or the inverting input goes to the center leg of the potentiometer. How about that? Is that true? Well, that is true. It is going there. Is it really connected? Well, it seems pretty much like that to me. Is it connected here? Okay, sorry, I touched something else there. Is the solder bad? I don't know. What do you think? Write in the comments fields below. Alright, so I just double check the solder right here by just sort of resoldering that. So let's say, okay, this is a bit hard for me, but okay, so these leads right here, these leads right here, and these leads right here, I'll resolder them because I'm not 100% sure that they are working. So I just do it the quick and dirty way, which is just scrubbing a bit like this, making sure everything is melted beautifully and nicely. And this thick one right here, alright, guess what I did? Solder bridge, of course. I always do those. But because I always do them, I'm so good at removing them nowadays, and I'm so proud of myself. Yes. Alright, so okay. So now we have to test again. Did you see that? Alright, so test again, test again, test again. How do we test? Yes, we are sniff testing with a live amplifier wire. So sniff test number 2, leg number 3, totally dead. That is the sound of either like 12 volts or ground. But now we're not even getting a signal in. That's interesting. No, it's not interesting, it's just fucked up. So I'm not the kind of guy that gets happy when more stuff starts breaking. I'm the kind of guy that gets happy when things start working, you know? So please start. Alright, so, oh my god. So this chip is getting real hot, which means that something more is fucked up, and I am about to say that we actually failed today. So it could be this wire that is making some kind of, I mean, my sniffer ground here could be the one that is making a problem. Who knows? I could not say. I'm just saying that I wasted 4 hours on this fucking shit and it's not working at fucking all, so I'm not really happy, you know? Alright, so touch the chip again. So it's not hot anymore. So search for a little signal then. And yes, I will use the ground over here now. That's because it's hopefully a little bit safer. Is that our signal? Yeah, this is our signal. Alright, are we getting it here? No, we're not getting that. So we have ourselves a little problem, which I do not know how to solve. I am sorry to say. I am really sorry to say. Yes. So, how do we solve it? I have no fucking idea. So, we might as well try to do something more stupid, as long as the shit is not working. Cut this off right here and reattach it over here. Why is this hurting me? Oh my god, that's hurting me. Like, what the fuck, you know? Really hurtful. Stinging me, it's stinging me, it's stinging me. This wire is stinging me. Really I mean, it's really stinging me. So, time to call it quits, as they say. Time to call it quits. Yes, but if I would do something like this right here, okay, and okay, well, let's just quit this fucking build now and say that it is, or let's just double check, see if we have a semi half fail. Whoa, it's a loud signal. So, you see this? This is a success, and this is a fail, and this is a sort of interesting random phenomenon. So I would call it a sort of semi success failure. So semi success / failure 509. Yes, and I will just solder the last strange lead right there and see if that will change anything. Oh, sir. But I have one more thing I want to solder to this specific point right here. I mean, when you have failed, you're free to improvise, which is what artists love to do, and I am artist, so I love to do improvisation. So I'm just taking the unbuffered output from the first capacitor and just leading it straight into the output of the triangle. So maybe we will actually get a nasty weak output. I'm getting really fucking irritated with this smoke here. So what I would do now, before I do anything else, I would build a fucking super fan right here, because I'm getting so fucking crazy with this fucking shit smoke. It's eating up my brain. No, not my brain, my you know that kind of feeling. That's how I feel. Fucking smoke. I mean, fucking fucked up fucking fuck smoke. So what I'm doing is it's quite simple actually. Take one of these and check really good at, do you see the arrow there? The arrow means minus 12 volts. The middle is everything is round, and to the left is positive 12 volts. So we just put this wire straight in here, one wire here, and one wire sort of, and we're in the middle. Like this, and then we just push this really hard together. Like that, until it sort of clicks, and then it is ready. So then I put it into the power supply like this, and we have a fan. And look now what happens when I solder. Should have done this more earlier. See, the smoke just flies in there. Doesn't disappear, but at least it flies away from my... I'm sitting just about this much above where I'm soldering, so it goes straight into my lines. No, it blows away. So thank you so much. Whew. So one last test of this thing. We are 4 minutes from the full 3 hours on this particular build. So okay, it is fucking up totally the power supply, which means that it is absolutely fucked up. You see that? Both channels are dying when I do that. So what I see is I have a solder bridge on the negative power supply. Yes. So maybe just try to unfucking solder that fucking shit then. So another good thing when you have this kind of fan, it's really loud. So what you can do, you take a long pipe, thick pipe, I mean not just a water pipe, an air pipe. And you put the fan somewhere else and you have the suction hose right here. So let's try power supply again. So remember, we don't want anything to stop working. So we actually just synced the voltage quite far on the positive. So that's another fuck up on this fucking shit. So it's turning into a full failure now, because it's not even working in any kind of way at all. So guess who is a happy camper? Guess who is proud? Guess who is a happy camper? Guess who is proud to be a solderer? Solderer, yes. Alright. Well, it's hard to actually declare a failure, because it's like, but maybe I just look a little bit and I will find it. I'll find it. But then you're on 2 hours 59 minutes of a project. Alright, last fucking test then. Last fucking test. No. So it is a failure. And I don't know what it is. But 509 is going in the garbage. And finally,
DIY electronics.
yes, of course.
Nerding and hoarding. Quick and dirty DIY electronics. Nerding and hoarding. Quick and dirty DIY electronics.